This question is quite an interesting question, and definitely needs addressing. And I'm sure many of you resonate with what I'm about to say also. And this is not a bitching session. I want to first say that uh, some of the indie artists and many of the independent artists, are some of the best people I've met. Honestly, hands down, some of the best people I've met. They come, they basically level with me and they try to understand what exactly goes behind the scene. How exactly are these events created? And they try to level with me, they try to support me, they try to lower their prices. They try above and beyond to, make that event a successful event. And no matter, there are artists who do about like 20 shows a month, and that one indie show that they get is fully treated differently. So I really adore you people. I really respect the indie artists. And seriously, like, this gratitude is much, much needed for the artists. But there are instances. Obviously, not going to take names, but there are many instances as well where the artists, especially okay, I'm not gonna say indie artists or normal artists, the artists fail to understand the business model of it, fail to understand what goes behind the scene. Now, let me break it down to you. When when an event organizer, anyone, not just IMP, any event organizer in this particular country is doing an exclusive independent music gig, I assure you, they are taking 100% risk on you. You need to understand that risk. You need to understand how heavy that risk is. And let me tell you, you can ask any event organizer. More than 90% of the events do not come out of profit. If you're thinking that these event organizers are crunching money out of you, I'm talking about the independent organizers, not the ones who are fully into commercial scenes, who get these amazing sponsorship, who get these collaborations, and who has, these, not that. I'm talking about exclusive indie scenes. Now, these do not make money. We don't get sponsorships. We barely get any collaboration. Why are we doing this stuff? It's stupidity, right? Like, I assure you, you can ask even the biggest and the best indie scene that would have happened in the country. They would not have come out with even 20% profit. So you need to understand what happens behind this. They are taking 100% risk on you. So there is no way for you not to collaborate, not to give that little sound bite, not to participate in your own promotion, not to participate in, sending these messages out, because the only reliable source of revenue is tickets. That's it. It's the only reliable source is tickets. I'm not talking about some club owner trying to give you a pressure saying, I'm paying you 2 lakhs. Why didn't we have 4 lakhs in return? They have outrageous returns. They need to have outrageous returns for them to even survive. But the promoters, the organizers, no, they wouldn't even expect, they won't even estimate that return. They even when you're doing it in the Excel, they would not even have, put that magic number. They would be looking at a break even figure as such, or maybe a small loss. Why are we doing this stuff? Why is that kind of stupidity exist in this country? Not just IMP, right? Many artists are doing the same thing. Sorry, many event organizers also. And by the way, even artists are turning into event organizers to support these particular scenes. So you need to understand the importance and the value of an indie music gig. And it's not just from artist perspective, it's also from the enthusiast perspective. You need to understand, if your friend is doing an indie scene, if your friend is performing their all originals, you need to, show up. You need to purchase that ticket. You need to support the ecosystem. I assure you, nobody is milking money out of your art here. Nobody is making these outrageous returns. So I have dealt with many such incidents where artists are very proactive in asking for the advance and the money that we signed up for, but no responses in terms of, you know, giving that soundbite, giving that little collaboration, sending that message to friends. No cares about even coming on time for sound check, being present in the ecosystem. Maybe, you know, something is going on in their lives and something whatnot, and, you know, mental health issues and this and that. But guys, everyone is going through that shit, which is why we're doing these scenes, which is why we're doing this stuff, because for that one day we want to forget all of that crap, we want to forget all of that, you know, nonsense. And when people actually come for these scenes, they're not like the commercial ones. They want to take something back home, they want to, you know, get inspired by what you write, because the indie scene, the indie music is your originality, it's your particular story. You are living that story while creating new ones. So you need to understand the magnitude of what's happening behind the scene. Support is absolutely needed. And yes, the scene uh, is not so amazing. Again, there are people who go above and beyond, uh, amazing people. To name a few of these, Chaurasa is one band who've been amazing with us. They've, you know, more than participate in a scene that they create, and they have done so many shows. For some reason, they love working with us. They love the kind of originality that we appreciate and the kind of crowd that we bring who appreciate their originality. Another few people are Mudra from Nagpur. Amazing guy. Uh, our Maha, our very own Maha, another amazing person. Beatlust, great guy who's, you know, who always gets his friends, who always sends and goes above and beyond to support the scene. So there are, yes, amazing people who do these things, but it's also about educating yourself on what happens, what the business model is, because this is again not to create money. The stupidity that we have of IMP or any of the other event organizers have is these stories, this music is going to be scripted in history. Somewhere down the line, way in the future, someone is going to look up these lineups and say, oh my God, all of these guys performed together. All of these guys shared the stage together. What the fuck? They are going to have that feeling. And we are scripting only for that and nothing else. Recently, someone asked, why did you even do X Festival? Everyone knew that's going to be a loss event. Why did you do X Festival? And my answer was, it was needed. Hyderabad needed something like that. Yeah, it cut me open. It killed, it bankrupted my company almost. But why the hell are we doing this? It was needed. We were trying to script stories in history, not for today. Somewhere down the line, these will be appreciated. So only for that particular reason, any of, you know, any of us even move into these spaces, try to do these way, try to do, you know, more and more around these spaces, try to create that. Dear artists, don't try to make an enemy out of the person who's trying to uplift you. I assure you again, there is very less money for people who are trying to sell your original music. Who are trying to do commercial stuff, I'm not sure exactly what happens behind that. Yeah, I know that you've been played with. I know the funds come late. I know the budgets are quite horrible. I know the kind of pressure that these commercial organizers or commercial clubs put on you. But when it comes to an all original exclusive, your mindset needs to change. Your thought process need to change. You need to educate yourself on the business and you need to participate in that. All these people are asking for is what? Soundbite and some WhatsApp messages and a collaboration on your Instagram. Remove it after the event, throw it after the event. But you can't say I won't do it. You can't be not proactive. You can't, you know, suddenly vanish off. You can't say that, yeah, I have been going through shit all day and my mental health is fucked, and tomorrow morning I'll do, and tomorrow morning it's the same story. As much as we want to empathize with you, you need to understand that we are in this boat together. We are absolutely in this shit together. We are only going to come out of this if all of us work together. If the whole whole ecosystem comes together and really bleed the same blood, beat the same heart. Sorry, that didn't make sense, but I hope you get my emotion. So we will be doing more and more for sure. I mean, no matter what, this is my full-time job. So we will be doing more and more. And we will be supporting those ones who support us. The ones who are not very proactive, we're moving on. I mean, we don't care how great your music is. We don't care what it's going to be what it means to you or what it's going to do for the future audience or your current audience or your particular stats or your particular brand. So we're going to be working with those people who support the ecosystem, who support originality, and who are looking for that change. Yeah, that's it.